Hi everyone. So as we all know that collection is a collection of object, but what happens when you want to store some value like this, like 67? I want to have a list containing all integer value, all float values or boolean. So these are just primitive values. So how you can handle these primitive, how you can consider them as object. So we have something known as wrapper classes which can be used. So wrapper classes, like you have seen, this integer and starting with capital I. So I'm just creating one list which will contain these values. So array list, and array list will contain this integer. So if I want to assign this some primitive like mylist dot add, you can see it will accept integer, and so we need to provide an integer object. So I can say 67. Now it looks like I'm supplying this primitive to it, but behind the scene this statement is equivalent to assigning add and creating one object, integer object, which will have value 67. So both are equivalent statements. So you can directly say like this, and it means autoboxing is automatically handling it. So autoboxing is the concept in wrapper classes. With wrapper classes, that it automatically unwraps it, it uses it, and it rewraps it again. So you don't need to bother about it. You can just say like this, and this was the syntax which we used to use. So if you are seeing the old code before Java 5 or until Java 5, you can find this code. Otherwise, this is just fine. So let us just print out this, what this is doing, and I just want to print my list. So we are expecting to 67. It means both are equivalent. And what happens if you just want to increment a normal integer? So what happens if you want to increase? So let us have one integer wrapper class again. I just say my int new integer, and I'm giving it value 87. So what happens if you want to use it, like if you want to say my int plus plus? So this is perfectly valid statement. You can use it like this. It looks like we are trying to increment the object, which is it may look weird, but it's not. Actually, what happens behind the scene, it unwraps and it rewraps it. It unwraps, it increases the value, and it assigns again. So behind the scene, this is happening. Integer x, and if I say my int value, so my int value is getting assigned to x. Now we are just increasing the x, and we are again assigning my int with this increased value. So x. So behind the scene, this is happening. This is unwrapping the value, increasing the value, and wrapping it again. So if I say my int plus plus, behind the scene, all these steps are happening. So we can just print out and verify this. And my int, so the current value of my int, and if I run it, you can see 88. So 88, and now I'm taking it 88 and I'm again assigning. So both are the same statement. If you want to replace this, like I can just say add block statement, and I can simply say my int plus plus. So both are equivalent. If I run it again, you can see 88, 89. So this is known as unwrapping, using it and wrapping it again. So behind the scene this is happening, and this is how collection is handling all these primitives. And in next videos we'll see how to use equality operator and equal method when you want to compare these two wrapper classes object. Thanks for watching.